topic of my PowerPoint is what are the uniform expectations for my students? So we have over here the prohibited items, and those are the ones that I like to go over first so that they know what they cannot do. So we have sandals, Crocs, slippers, flip-flop, thong sandals, stilettos, clothing that depicts drug paraphernalia, no ripped jeans or torn jeans, tights or stretch pants or yoga pants, or like the kids like to call it, flip-flops or slides, tank tops or t-shirts, it must be 3 inches on the shoulder, scarves and bandanas, short skirts, and no hoodies. This gives the student a certain type of expectation, just as if I'm going to work, they're coming here to work. So all these things can possibly cause harm and or distract the student or other students from what they have to do at school. For our no hoodie policy, that happens because children like to put on the hoods or they like to put on headphones while they're doing their work, and we're trying to stop that from happening. So in order to do that, we've set up hooks outside the classroom door, and what we do is we tell the students from day one that they have to take their hoodies off and hang it up. This will help the parents to buy jackets that do not contain a hood so that we are following the rules. I also will send out notifications through the Remind 101 app so that the parents also know on a daily basis what our rules and procedures are. Also during open house, when they were here, we went over the same thing so that they knew what was expected for their children beforehand. To me, setting the stage for these things are very important, because if you let it slide one day, then the next day another student will do it, and the next day another student will do it, and it'll create a monopoly effect of students who decide to break the rules. So no matter if it's cold one day in the classroom, no matter if it's cold outside, if your parent buys you a jacket that does not have a hood, you will be permitted to wear it inside of class. So as far as what they can wear is orange tops, khaki and brown, navy and blue, black bottoms, or jeans. But keep in mind that with jeans, they cannot wear jeans that have ripped or torn holes in them. That is also to not distract people and to be appropriate. If I cannot come to school dressed with ripped jeans, then you should not come to school dressed with ripped jeans. It will promote career readiness. Some of the challenges that are faced are students who like to say, oh, it's not that serious, it's not that deep. And then it turns the whole classroom into students that say, it's not that serious or it's not that deep. And a part of me understands that because I'm young, I get it. It's not that serious, it's not that deep. However, because it is a rule, it is something that we should follow. Just as if I have to come to school on time, that's a rule that I have to follow, despite me having to drop my child off or despite it being traffic, regardless of the fact I should factor in that time in order to make it to school on time. So in order to prohibit these things, we have the hooks outside. To keep the strategies in line, we have the hooks outside, and that will create sort of kind of fear within the students that their jackets will get stolen because they're sitting outside. Now granted, we're not going to allow that to happen, but still, it's outside. You can't watch it, you can't wear it, and that will deter me if I was a student from even bringing the jacket to class in the first place. Another rule that I have in my classroom is that effort goes a long way, but we don't try in this classroom. That is one of my personal rules, because a lot of students will do the bare minimum and say, well, at least I tried. I don't want you to try to do something, I want you to do it. So my biggest thing is trying to allow students to ask questions whenever they need to, allowing students to ask their neighbors if they need to, reinforcing the directions consistently. And if they turn in subpar work, although I have a small group interrelated class, I will remind their parents that this is subpar work and they can do better than that, and hopefully the at home will influence the at school. That is on a consistent basis as well. Challenges that we have is the deficits that the children have here. That's a challenge, but I think they need to understand and know that they can do it as well. The problems might be simpler, but they can do it as well. Instead of saying 8 divided by 4, we might do 4 divided by 2. It's a simpler math problem that has lower numbers. But regardless of the fact, you can still divide in this classroom, and then we will work our way up to something better. Technology is used to promote these things because we have the Remind app. That's an app that the parents can download and the students can download. And we also have the PBIS app that is for the positive, the positive behavior intervention system. So versus telling a student, Susie, you're not supposed to do that, I don't have to tell her not to do it. I can just say, I've just given Jonathan a point for sitting and being quiet because he did something positive versus addressing the negative. We want students to feel loved, and we want students to feel like this is a family and that they can succeed just as much as anyone else. Thank you.